So, hot and tired. While the birds are on their last recess, I'm actually doing some yard work that I was going to do a little later. I can do it now while they're out because they're safe. And what I'm doing is I'm putting a whole bunch of fresh branches. You can see that big green branch in there. And there's a couple big ones in here. You can see them right there. And these are from our hardy hibiscus plants, which are Rose of Sharon is what they're called back in this area, but they are a hibiscus. They're part of the mallow family. They are 100% safe from the buds and flowers, leaves, branches, all the way down to the roots. So I've got another one growing here in a pot because that's going to go in the bird room at some point, and the one on the other side was in the bird room. Let's get down and have a look at what I'm doing, and then we'll go inside because I'm taking, well, a whole bunch of stuff I'm clearing out. We got this big section of these hardy hibiscus, and they grow so rapidly. That's basically what this is here. This is all hardy hibiscus. These are just coming out. These will be covered by literally hundreds of big beautiful hibiscus flowers in another month or so, but I'm clearing a lot of the smaller ones out down here. We're actually having this whole wall that's failing. This wood wall is going to be replaced by a block wall in another month or so. I think their schedule is towards the end of June. Anyway, so as I clear some of these plants out, I'm taking a bunch of this stuff. I threw some in the aviary, as I just saw, and let's go inside and have a look. Excuse the mess. This is where I store stuff, and this is going to be our wildflower garden again. I have to get on that. I wish I had more time. So let's go in the bird room. And what I'm doing here is taking a bunch of these hardy hibiscus plants, branches, and putting them in all the cages. And I did that last year, so you can see there's a bunch of branches in some of these cages. So Aussie and Daisy have some. That's actually one from last year, an old one. I should probably take that out. And Scooby's got some. And Mango and Penny have a bunch over here. Yeah. And Sunny and Spike have some here. And in there, Marley and Nigel have a bunch. Eddie and Ricky, of course, have a gigantic branch in here. And Gilly and Kyle have some also. They're outside at the moment. Anyway, so by adding all these branches, wild branches, it gives the parrots something to play with, to chew on. Gives them more color, gives them something to shred, which they love. Let me get back outside. Sorry for the horrible look. I'm trying to get stuff done. So let's get back outdoors. Anyway, as I said, this whole area, now this is Patty's wildflower garden. So if you saw pictures from last year, we had this all rototilled, flattened out, and then planted a bunch of wildflower seeds. These orange ones are still coming up. They're from last year. They have actually blown over here. We got some over here, but we're going to redo this. We're going to clear this up in the next weekend or two, get them planted. So as I'm pulling these Rose of Sharon plants out, so there's a couple big ones right here, basically just clearing all this out because I'm going to leave all these big trees. This one's going to go away ultimately, but all of these in this corner are staying. So as we clear some of this out to make it less competitive and a better viewing, better visual, we put this stuff in the bird room. For those of you who are curious as to whether you can do this at home, yes you can. Several caveats. One, they must be untreated plants. These plants haven't been treated in years, if ever. So all the new shoots that are coming up, we don't treat them with anything. We don't spray anything with anything. If you guys all know already, we don't use chemicals in the house here. We don't use chemicals in the yard, which is why the backyard looks kind of like this, because the dogs, well, we're not doing all that crappy chemical stuff to it. So if you've got a bird safe plant in your yard, in your garden, make sure they're untreated. Make sure they don't have any infestations on them. Get a little later in the summertime, they're going to be covered with, I forget what they're called. Little teeny tiny bugs. Can't think of what they're called offhand. My old brain doesn't work anymore. Be absolutely certain it is a bird safe plant. As I said, these that I'm using are Rose of Sharon. They are part of the mallow family. They are 100% bird safe, top to bottom, inside and out. Ours are untreated. Also, don't use plants that you have that are near a neighbor's property. So if you have a property line, because you don't know if the neighbors are spraying anything, and don't use plants that are near a road. You get the exhaust, you get the, basically, everybody's cars have tires, those tires wear out. All that tire wearing out is microscopic dust particles of rubber that gets on everything along the road, so don't use them along the road. Best time to pull them is either in spring, like now, because we're not aphids. That's it. We're not getting all the aphids on them yet. And after a good rain is typically really good, but I'm trying to get some yard work done today. We had some rain a day or two ago, so they're clean. We're in good shape. I just wanted to share what we're doing for the birds for a little bit more of enrichment. This is an enrichment thing. So as I said, green plants are great. Make sure they're bird safe. They will appreciate it. Sonny will end up going after these. Kyle loves these things. Eddie and Ricky. Ricky, for the most part, will just sit and chew all the leaves off. And the buds, when they're out, these are still young. There's no buds on any of these. That's the other one from the bird room from last year. Again, we had them in the bird room. I took them out in the fall and brought them outside because they weren't getting enough light. They weren't getting enough of something. So I'm going to try it again. We got a couple palms also, as I said in an earlier video. We got a couple of these, excuse me, these palms. They're going to sit outside for a couple weeks, but these are majestic palms, or majesty palms. That's what we got. And they are completely bird safe also. However, because we got them at a garden center, I don't know if they've been treated with anything. So we're going to leave them outside for a couple weeks in the sun and the rain and the weather. They'll grow out, they'll wash off from the rain, because you can see all the dust and stuff on them. That'll all get rinsed off. If you've got a plant that you're not sure about, you know the plant's bird safe, but it might have been treated, play on the safe side. Don't put it in the bird room. If you need to wash some of the plants off, you can use, what is it? Yeah, dish soap. Just plain old Dawn dish soap, a really thin, wow, this one's getting dirty. Really just a very mild Dawn dish soap and water. You can spray it on the leaves. That'll help get rid of aphids. It'll help clean off stuff. Lay it off to a side, rinse it off really good, let it sit in the sun. So, but that's it. So we've got one or two of these are going to, one of these is going to sit outside, two of these are going to sit outside, two of these are going to go in the bird room. We need to get one or two more. And that's me chit-chatting about plants. So again, Rose of Sharon. These are hardy hibiscus. They are safe. They are extraordinarily common on the East Coast. In Pennsylvania, where we're at, they are everywhere. They grow up between all of our bushes. They grow up everywhere. So that's it. I told you the last video was the last video of the day. I was mistaken. We'll talk to you all again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.